All right, guys, how you guys doing today? So I'm just getting everything set up here for the live opening here of my brick. Um, Obviously, I don't know how many followers I have that do this, or I sent out links to my personal friends and some other people from our Heroclix International on Facebook. So if any of you guys are joining, I just want to go ahead and open this. I enjoy, my channel is very different out of a lot of them because I really don't have a common theme on my YouTube. I just do what I do. I play games. Um, when I was younger, making videos. When I had a video thing on my laptop when I was very young, you can definitely tell by the edits and everything there. So basically, what I'm doing here today is actually doing an opening of a brick of Batman animated series. Basically, Heroclix. If you stumble upon my channel and you see, if you never knew what Heroclix were, that's basically what I like to say is chest using your must-have heroes. So, I myself, I love heroes. I enjoy it all day, every day. One thing for sure is that
I myself, I love heroes.
go ahead and mute that. I have my tablet running so I can actually see a live feed of what I'm doing here. So, like I was saying, I love Heroes. Is when I saw this as a young child, I really didn't know what was going on. I heard of it. I never really had that availability to go ahead and go to game shops or whatever, what have you. So overall, I always had questions about this. I didn't really start getting into it until 2012, which was about what six, believe it or not, 6 years ago. And back then, I still didn't know what I was getting into. I started with the Guardians of the Galaxy set, which was pretty crazy. I remember getting a case of that, and I always wanted to do one of these live openings. Um, I myself, as a player, don't find myself as one of the best players out there, but when I do take my time and build my teams, I can actually do this. Um, I go in and out of clicks as well. Sometimes I get bored of it, or I'm just not really happy with where the game's at overall, or just with the sets. As you can tell from my shirt, I'm a big Marvel fan, so most of my hero clicks are Marvel. DC, I don't really go crazy, but with this one right here, I had to. You had to. I had to. Um, how can you say no to Batman the Animated Series? Um, so when I saw this set, kind of got me back in it. Had been out of clips again for a while. The last real set that I got into was the Sincere Fools of Spider-Man, and would go back in and out. Went really happy with the Mighty Thor, which was a great set. Um, and then I took a little hiatus again, and then when I saw this set be released, I was like, "This is it. I'm coming back." So basically, what I want to do is just open it up, have some fun. Been a long time. One of my first time actually getting a brick, I think, for DC. So this would be very fun in my opinion. This set has 12 chases, which is crazy. I don't think I've had a set that I've been playing had that many chases in a long time. And I'm just very happy. I mean, like I said earlier, you can't decline this animated series. This series did a lot for animation. So let's go ahead and get this going and just pop them up and see how tonight goes. This is, believe it or not, my first brick of what's going to be a case. I should have a case in by this Saturday, fingers crossed. But I did went ahead and get this brick to support my local game shop. Now again, let's go ahead and take a look. Basically, booster, 5 figures for people that don't know about it. Personal friends out there that don't know what I do on Sundays. I usually play on Sundays because it's my day off. Just gorgeous figures already on the side. Previews. Obviously, if you're really wanting to get it in Heroclix, I believe this starter set's probably gonna be one of the best ones to get. So if you're into it, you're curious about it, I believe $25 for this set while you can get it. That's gonna be amazing. It's a great set to start off with, and just overall, I mean, I love it. So let's get into this bad boy, all right? So let's get going. So obviously here, yeah, like I said earlier, I'm a big Marvel fan, big Spider-Man fan. Obviously, just always could relate to the heroes from Marvel more than I could with DC. I just honestly just could never really connect. I don't know why. Um, One thing for sure, though, I think that DC gets is usually their villains, and the villains, especially again with Batman. So let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open first, and boom, there we go. Right there, first figure I get is a super rare Zatanna, which I believe everybody wants and is begging. As you can see how beautiful that piece is, I cannot believe I pulled that super rare already. That's going to be one of the most sought after super rare for some reason. And we can go ahead and take a look at that. I can't believe already fired, like they like to say. So overall, Zatanna is just I believe is a fan favorite. She's been been there. Overall, she has a Justice League Unlimited trait. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6, 6, remove an action token from another friendly character with the Justice League keyword that's 100 points or less. So another friendly. So it doesn't say adjacent, so I think she's pretty much a leadership for anybody that has a Justice League keyword, and that's 100 points or less. So that's going to really help you out throughout the time. You don't have to be adjacent when it comes to leadership. She has that penetrating second blast, and of course also has telekinesis. So that's very awesome to have. I don't have a lot of TK pieces in my set, and for her to start off with TK, that's amazing. And then she also has free generate a bat bystander max 2. Wow. And then, oh my gosh, starts top cloud with perplex, probably controlling that damage power. Wow, that's crazy. Wow. And then, of course, we can take a look at that. Let's see if we can get this set up here for you. That's the bystander's token that she's using. Basically giving them an enhancement. And of course, with that, giving you that +1 and shape change. So it's really hard for your opponent to hit it if you can roll that shape change right away. I mean, keep in mind it's a turn that your opponent needs to use to waste if they want to, and if they waste it with the shape change and they have nobody else to target or what have you, it's a waste of an action token for them. Wow, I can't believe I started off with a great piece already. So that's beautiful. With that being said, let's move on. Let's see what else I got. Another great common. It looks like the penguin. I was noticing people enjoy to have or want to have. Obviously, one of Batman's major villains. Oswald Cobblepot. I recently just watched Batman Returns, and I can't believe it. As a kid, you enjoy it just because it's superheroes. Batman's one of the first ones that they attempted back in the day. And obviously Danny DeVito playing the Penguin. I don't think there's any other actor that can really portray the way he did it. But watching it, it's just so crazy, to watch it now and then when you're young. It's just overall 4 clicks of damage. It starts off with the outwit, which is really good. 50-point outwit. And then, of course, he has leadership traded mastermind. When the Penguin uses leadership to succeed, instead of removing an action token, you may generate a suited henchman. When placing the suited henchman, roll for its trait to determine the starting click. So one of the biggest things in this set as well is suited henchman, which I actually pulled. So I can only imagine if I were to pull this booster in a seal, I think I would be in very good hands. I got outwit already with the prob and perplex. This would have been a very dangerous booster to start off if it was a sealed. And the reason I say is I did pull that suited henchman. This one another very common, which is 5 points, believe it or not. Which is going to be from what I'm reading, from what I'm seeing on videos and openings, sought offer piece. For just being a common, so definitely want to make sure I keep those on the side because it looks like it's not working with not only the Penguin, but there's a lot of other pieces that I've already seen that use the suited henchman. And let's finish off this quick pack here. Not only did I be able to pull Batman Beyond, but I also pulled an Alfred. One thing for sure is, like I said earlier, villains are one of my favorite things when it comes down to Batman. And believe it or not, one of my favorite ones is from this animated series, and it's Mr. Freeze. That Mr. Freeze character is just, you can feel his pain and, why he's truly doing what he's doing. But on top of that, doesn't mean I don't like the heroes. And with that being said, Batman Beyond, my favorite, my favorite Batman. I just I can relate to this Batman a lot more. Terry McGillen's a troubled teen, and Bruce Wayne there, old Bruce Wayne going ahead and taking steps, trying to form him, trying to make him better as a better person, and obviously just finishing off with Alfred. So overall, that's an amazing booster. I'm very happy already. So let's go ahead and keep going. I can't believe I pulled that. I wish I was a sealed, but obviously it's not going to be happen. But let's move on. Let's get it going, baby. I'm amazing. I remember there was a time when I did start, when I started with Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was like, oh, let me collect one booster per set, and I was just running out of space, so I stopped that. But this booster looks pretty good done. So let's move on to the next pack here. Very happy, another super rare, back-to-back super rares, which is pretty crazy. Granted that I bought a brick, but to have, as you can see, I pulled on the facing the boosters left. The first two are already two super rares. This super rare is a baby doll, perfect, pretty crazy here. Let's go ahead and see exactly what she does. I haven't really gotten that time to look at it. So, yeah, here we go. Baby doll, Kick-Ass Spirit. This is a trade. At the beginning of your game, choose a friendly character to become Baby Doll's Kindred Spirit. Kindred Spirit. Outwit, but only when she and her Kindred Spirits are on the same click number. Alright, so at the beginning of the game, choose a friendly character to become. Okay, so obviously she can use Outwit, but only when she and her Kindred Spirit are on the same click number. So obviously you click one, and the one that you choose in click one, she has Outwit traded, which is pretty good. Also Perplex, but only when she is on a different click number than her Kindred Spirit. KO characters aren't on any click number. So obviously when you start this game, you want to go ahead and get somebody that's going to match her 4 clicks at least. With that being said, the same one traded Outwit, which is pretty good. On top, and then if she's not sharing that, she still gets a Perplex out of it. So either way, you're winning. Overall, she has the white power for her fist, energy explosion. When Baby Doll uses it, all target characters can't use super senses. That's pretty hardcore as well. Super senses are one of those annoying things where you try to hit and you think you hit and your opponent rolls at 6. So the fact that you can use energy explosion and they can't use super senses is really great. On top of that, she has a tiny white power as well. Shape change. When Baby Doll uses it, if she hasn't hit a character with an attack this game, she succeeds on a 3 or 6, making it even harder to hit her. Wow. That's a very interesting piece right there. 40 points. She has those white powers all on her clicks except for the last one. This may be an interesting support piece, believe it or not. So let's take a look at her, Baby Doll. Another super rare, back-to-back super rares. Very happy already. Been a while. Just to look at her card. Obviously, guys, I'm behind the game. I'm just doing this for fun. Hopefully, somebody out there will enjoy it. If you guys need to look at the cards themselves, hopefully I did enough so you guys can see it. If not, HC Realms usually has them set up. It may take a while, usually a couple of days in my experience as being a Heroclix player after the set drops. So usually a lot of people like to watch videos, hopefully show those cards, pause them so you can see exactly what they do. Overall, let's go ahead and look at one of my favorite characters in all of Batman, and that's Mr. Freeze from the animated series. Right here, he's actually a common. I think he's only a common in this set. But I mean, as you can see, just beautiful sculpt design. Traded 2 Cold Hero Outwit. Traded Outwit, but only to target characters with action tokens. And if the target has 2 action tokens, he may choose an additional power. Wow. So another traded Outwit, 40-point traded Outwit However, oh, 75, I'm sorry. This one's actually 75 traded out with, but only to target characters with active action tokens. So, I mean, it's good to know that you have that availability to do so. And the fact that if they had 2 action tokens, you're going to be able to choose another power, which is outstanding. It's all, it's all about that outwit, it looks like in this game. In this set, I'm sorry. Again, one of my favorite pieces. Glad I pulled that already. Got a Renee Montoya, a nice little uncommon with the PD. What I've been noticing is there's been a lot of characters coming out with PD team ability, which helps you out with support as well. 30 points. White power for her, sidestep opposing characters within 3 squares in line of fire must roll breakaway when moving as if they were adjacent to Renee Montoya. They can still automatic. Wow. So obviously, one of the things you would like to do is, to me, is you gotta place very well in this game. And the fact that she can kind of tie up pieces within 3 squares in line of fire is pretty crazy. I can see that as an advantage of just only 30 points to tie somebody up from 3 squares away. It can get very annoying. So there you go. Another villain pulled here. So far, I got Penguin, Mr. Freeze, and here Two-Face. Two-Face has always been a weird character to me. Obviously, unfortunately had that accident. One of the things they said about here is this piece here has a pretty cool design with the coin flipping. And I think he had a pretty cool design with that 50 probability when you have a coin. The 2 sides to the coin. So when Two-Face hits with the attack, modify +1 for each 2 in the attack roll. So if I roll and I have an 8 and one, obviously it's a 6 and a 2, I'm gonna get +1 to damage. That's very awesome. And this is for each 2. Hit attacks roll of 4 has all targets become hit. So if you go ahead and double with 2 2s, that's a 4. No matter what, they all get hit, and not only that, that's +1 for each 2. So if you do that on the very first hit, for some reason know that 2 you're gonna be hitting for 4, which is pretty awesome. Wow, man. Range of 6. Wow. And then he's also another one that actually takes advantage of these suited henchmen again. Again, a lot of pieces. It's Penguin already, Two-Face already. This one is actually going to go ahead and you're able to leadership mastermind. When Two-Face uses leadership to succeed, instead of removing an action token, you may generate a suited henchman. So you succeed on the your first roll now is pretty awesome. First turn you want just roll for leadership just for giggles. You get it, you can already generate a suited henchman. Amazing. And here we go. First number 1 of the set. How can you have a Batman without a Batman? Honestly, how can you have a DC set without a Batman? I believe, in my opinion, from what I'm playing, any DC set that comes out, there's always a Batman, there's always a Superman. And of course, how are you going to do that without this one here? So there you go. Very first 2 packs. Already 2 super rares. I can't believe it. Very happy, considering the fact that I was in an accident earlier today. Thank God nobody was hurt. Just material damage. But having this to come home to and opening the first 2 packs definitely bring up my spirits. Things happen, unfortunately, and as long as everybody equating, in my opinion, I believe things will work out, and that's why we pay for insurance in this great country of ours, right? Let's go ahead and open the 3rd pack of this beautiful brick already. Very happy. And did I pull it? I think I pulled. I don't think I did. No, I did not. All right, so overall, we've already seen 2 of these clicks, which is Mr. Freeze and Two-Face. All right, so there we go. Our first doubles of the brick itself. I did pull a Superman, and the reason I stopped there is because I really thought I pulled the Chase Superman here. And remember, 12 chases. Apparently, there's a chase per brick. I also pulled the Prime here, so that's going to be interesting to go over. So let's go over and put these 2 because we're already seeing Two-Face and Mr. Freeze. So let's start off with the man in red and blue. Superman, like I said earlier, you can't have a DC set without a Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, in my opinion. So definitely here, the rare number 36 Superman. You know, always looking good, man. Always ready to fight, flying with his red cape. Superman of team ability as well as the JLA, 100 points. Once again, that Justice League Unlimited, which we saw in Zatanna on the first pack. At the beginning of the roll a D6, remove an action token from another friendly character with a Justice League keyword that's 100 points or less. So let's look at her. So definitely these guys are going to be working, and again, leadership. It doesn't say, I don't think it says adjacent, so Zatanna and the Superman can be far apart. Both their leaderships work for each other. You know, beautiful already. His white flying power charge once per game. Superman can use hypersonic speed. It's understandable, that's a good to have on that power right there. It looks top click power, so you got to make sure you make that decision early because he only has it on that first click. After that, his damage power leadership. Adjacent friendly characters can use Mastermind, but only to choose Superman, which is pretty interesting there. Obviously, he has that invincible in the first click, so maybe somebody gets hit for 2, you transfer it to him, boom, he reduces the damage. Yeah, but they have to be adjacent, obviously. So I don't know, 2 leaderships it looks like. No, it's because you know what, that trade is not even considered a leadership. So yeah, you're good. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let's look at Commissioner Gordon real quick. Common number 11, obviously here. Once again, beautiful sculpture here. His white power on top click, it'll incapacitate when Commissioner Gordon uses it after resolution rolls a d6, 4 to 6. Give the target an action token. Wow. So incapacitate. Action token, and then again you roll again to possibly get them another one. So that's pretty interesting there. Pretty cool. I like it a lot. All right, let's save one of the pool here that I got here, the Prime Clock King. This is the uncommon Prime here. I've seen a lot of people putting this guy up for trade, so maybe, I don't know, maybe he's available for a lot of people, maybe not really sought after. Your time is coming to an end, Mr. Mayor. This is a trait for him. At the beginning of your turn, choose 1. Generate a time bomb marker, max 3 within 6 squares, or remove a time bomb marker and give each opposing character with 2 squares of it an action token. So basically, placing these markers within 6 squares, or remove a time marker. So this is at the beginning of your turn, so you can just keep generating. Oh no, max 3, I'm sorry. So you generate 1 time marker, of course, within 6 squares. And then the next turn you can either generate another one or remove it, so you can give opposing characters within 2 squares an action token, which is pretty good. Sidestep, obviously here on his white power for the foot. When Clock King uses it, he can use improved movements, break away from characters, which is really good. Let's take a look at his dial. If I can turn it. So obviously that's a traded, the bomb. And then he has that traded sidestep on his first click. Super sensitive, so it's going to be a little hard to hit. And then, of course, he's a precision strike with that outwit. More outwit. Wow. This is a set of outwit. This is actually a character selected for Heroclix by Scott Crampton, 2016 Heroclix U.S. National Champion. So there you go, man. That's what he chose. Here's the card in the back. His clicks. And, of course, just to look at his power. Awesome. So just making sure, getting this going here. Let's go ahead and move on to the 4th pack front. Pretty easy to open it in this set. Oh wow, so there you go, already a 3rd super rare within 4 packs into the brick itself. This is crazy. I don't ever remember being kind of lucky with this in regards to super rares. So let's see if we haven't looked at any of these here. Let's look at a fan favorite. A lot of fan favorites lately too, with Suicide coming out. Suicide Squad coming out. The crazy beautiful Harley Quinn. A lot of people, for the people that don't know this, she was actually created in the show. So one of the few from the show that created and later introduced in the comics. So she wasn't introduced in the comics itself. I believe she's a kind of crazy clique here. Traded a whole bunch of crazy and a pretty little package. At the beginning of your turn, you may roll a d6. If you do, turn Harley Quinn's dial to that click number. She's not returned to her initial click. Oh my god! All right. So basically, you have to do this at the beginning of your turn. Roll a d6. Yeah. She has 6 clicks for damage, so that's pretty interesting. But at the same time, let's just say you roll a d6. I mean, she's already on her last click with stealth, poison, super senses, and range combat expert. That is interesting there as well. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. You have all these access to all these different powers randomly. But hopefully, it works out for you. Just take a look at that trait there. And of course, her all 6 clicks. So that was our common. Let's look at these right here. We have Dee Dee from, of course, Batman Beyond. Pretty funny that we got these here with Harley Quinn. I think they work together. If you have another DD sidestep to carry one, but only to carry characters named DD. Modify attacks +1 if adjacent to another friendly character named DD. So obviously you would like to have 2 of these, costing 45 points, so 90 points for 2 clicks. I mean, 2 characters, 5 clicks each. Not too bad. The fact that they work off each other also works out. Bumping up their attack to 11. Obviously they have a damage power. And power, which is even better, and shape change, but only if it's adjacent to friendly characters named DD. So you kind of want to work 2 of these on a team if you're going to do that to fully get the effect of those. And then of course our other uncommons and common. I have Leslie Tompkins, another. One from Batman, the animated series. She is 15 points. When Alfred bandages won't do, she's a support piece, so she's there to help. She's there to go ahead and help others heal up. When Leslie Thompson uses it to target a character with Batman family keyword, you may roll a d6. If the result of the roll is less than the target's current click number, increase the result of support roll to heal +1. Wow. Okay. All right, so that's pretty good. You can't deny a support piece for only 15 points, 11 attack, top dial. But of course, working with Batman hand in hand is going to help him help that even more heal up. Put this away. Actually, not yet. Of course, to look at that quick lockup piece here, uncommon, 40 points. Traded plasticity, which would be which is really nice to tie up pieces that you need to tie up for a little bit. Also, a white-powered defensive power barrier. Opposing characters adjacent to 2 or more lockup barrier markers modify speed +2, which is pretty good as well. A lot of people like to move around and try to hit people. Let me see here. So there you go. Just to take a look at his piece real quick. Just to look at his powers. Pretty interesting powers right there. Traded plasticity. As well as that barrier power. Like I said, let's look at that third super rare of the break, guys. One of them that I personally was targeting, of course, is the Gray Ghost, because of the great late Adam West. Obviously, one of the original Batmans from the 1960s. Uh, I was fortunate and able to meet him here in my hometown when he came for a con. Oh, let's see here. So just to go back, I see that I messed up there. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, brand new to this. So thank you for going with me here. So Grey Ghost himself. Let's get back to Grey Ghost. Tough silver screen idol. At the beginning of your game, you may choose a character on your force named Batman and Bruce Wayne. If you do, the Grey Ghost and the chosen character attack rolls of 3 threes, double threes, double fours, double fives, and double six are critical hits. That's traded. So 40 points. You bring that in with the Batman. Knowing me, and I like to roll a lot of low doubles, so that's gonna help out a lot. Another traded, hey, we don't need more extras in the scene. While the Grey Ghost is in the map, characters cannot generate bystanders if a bystander of that name is already on the map. If a character generates multiple same bystanders at once, they can generate the first one. And then, of course, showing that there's going to be a lot of pieces generating the suited henchman, I can see this Grey Ghost being played on a lot, especially with that Batman trade ability to be able to block those bystanders multiplying, which is going to be very interesting there. Of course, you start off with Outwit and Perplex. Outwit, baby. One of the best, I think, powers you need to have in any kind of team that you make. So if you guys need Outwit, this is a set to go to, baby. So beautiful. Already 3 super rares, guys. Like I said, wow. All right, so super rare. Don't forget the prime, uncommon prime that I pulled. Great Brick. I'm very happy so far, and the fact that we're barely halfway through to it. There we go, guys. Halfway into it. Very happy indeed, guys. So halfway into the brick, 3 super rares already. One that I really wanted. Some great looking figures, some great looking outwit. I went ahead and pulled a Chase Super Friends, and it looks like it's a Wonder Woman. Now, before we get into that, let's go ahead and look throughout the whole package first, because I do like to say the best for last, especially Wonder Woman there. Let's put her to the side real quick. One cool thing about this is when you pull a Chase, you usually get to pull a rare super rare sometimes of the same package if you're lucky. What I did here is I pulled the Batman, the same Batman that you #1 Batman. We don't have to look at him again, as well as the Commissioner Gordon. We don't have to look at him again. So a few doubles so far, being halfway. We did pull double Robins. However, of course, there's so many Robins. And what we did was we pulled Tim Drake and the Dick Grayson one. So let's go ahead and look at the uncommon first. Dick Grayson, obviously later to become everybody's else favorite superhero. But of course, everybody has a beginning, and his beginning is Robin. He starts off with a special white power dynamic duel, empowered but only to adjacent a friendly character named Batman. Very, in my opinion, kind of weak. I mean, we understand the dynamic duel, but I think that could have easily been a trait. You know what I mean? Maybe help him out and do something else. 50 points though. I mean, obviously. Hopefully you guys can look at that out. Check out his dial. Again, improved movement, elevation characters, and hindering, which is pretty good as well. Let's look at the rare Robin that I pulled, Tim Drake. We have traded infiltration. If you did not choose the map when placing characters during your game set, you will place Robin in a square of hindering terrain within 5 squares of his starting area. So obviously, winning map role is very important to I think a lot of Heroclix players, because you practice with what you want to do on those certain maps, and you practice on maps that you want to do what you want to do. This one's pretty interesting because if you don't get to choose the map with Tim Drake, you're actually able to set him 5 squares away from your starting space, so he gets a little head start. I do like this version's costume best, all red. as you can tell. Of course, he has a white defensive power, combat reflexes, super senses, willpower, but only if there's a character named Batman or Bruce Wayne within 6 squares. So basically, he's getting a lot of powers, but you got to have a Batman with him. So obviously, you don't want to play a Robin without a Batman, because I mean, what kind of common accuracy is that, right? So let's just look at that, quickly here, because I definitely want to check out this chase that we pulled. Let's see. I am messing up. There you go. See, just double check it there. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get used to this. And then the stream that I have here is a little, a couple seconds behind, so that's just something I have to work with. Let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. So chase time, guys. So obviously, like I said, 12 chases. We already pulled one, and the first one here is Super Friends Wonder Woman. All these chases are pretty interesting because they have a trait that actually allows you to have them on the silent at no cost. So obviously I can have this Wonder Woman on any team that I build in the future, because she is able to just hang out on my sideline absolutely free. Now, one thing for sure, to be able to bring her out, you do need to go ahead and either critical miss if this character critical missed his turn, or made the third attack this turn to miss all opposing characters. Place a character from your slime that can use this trait. Now, of course, it's only going to be 3 clicks long for all of these clicks, obviously, because that's too powerful if you get a full 6 clicks at no cost to you. Now, on top of that, at the beginning of each turn, if Wonder Woman started the game due to this trait, she has to roll a 4 to 6. Still Wonder Woman with 1 avoidable damage. So with that, being lucky here and there, and you may be able to have her for a while, but one thing for sure is I think once you pull it out, some of your opposing characters, opposing people that you're playing against, are probably gonna go after, because they know they have a short dial when they come through that. One of the things I think it's funny here is that all these chases also have a traded weakness. For Wonder Woman here, characters that use telekinesis modify their attack with +2 when attacking only Wonder Woman. Characters that can use telekinesis modify defense +2 when Wonder Woman attacks them. So that's very interesting, because with that, I think TK's not a lot of characters use TK. As for me in my collection, I don't have a lot of characters that that have TK. And on top of that, most TKers aren't really a high attacker. So I mean, that's pretty good for Wonder Woman. I think that's probably one of the best, in a player's sense, a weakness that you won't really run into a lot. What's really cool about her as well is she has giving the Super Friends a ride in the Invisible Jet, even Aquaman. Hypersonic speed. She flies, has a carry of 2. Wonder Woman can carry only the same size character. Wonder Woman can carry one same size character with the fish, in addition to any other carried characters. Awesome. I'm loving it. I'm loving this chase, guys. After everything that's been going today, tough. Just tough overall. Past year, this brick has definitely has risen my spirits. So let me go ahead and see if we can slowly look at these together. You guys can check that out right there. And you guys can definitely check out the back. Let me see if I can get that for you guys. So wow, guys. I mean, I honestly think that at this point I'm just completely happy with everything. Everything else pulled is going to be a blessing. I really can't wait to start using most of these pieces. There is one more piece that I kind of hope I pull here, and I don't think I will, but it would be nice to get the super rare Bane due to his equipment. So, either way, guys, I'm overall happy. Wow. Let's call this a God Pack. A God Pack of villains. There is rumored to be God Packs. I haven't really followed up myself. For people knowing, asking themselves, what's a God pack? Obviously, a booster of 5 chases. I've heard that personally across some certain friends there and here and there. But I personally haven't read up into it. I haven't seen it happen yet. And at this point, if I pull that, I'm probably gonna buy a lottery ticket as well today because today has been phenomenal with this break. All these are new pieces that I haven't seen. The rare itself is Tala Lagul. I thought she was gonna break, but it doesn't look like she will. Let's start here. Let's start with from the back to front. Poison Ivy. Common number 4 of the set. Traded poison. Poison also. Ivy has protected poison, so she can poison you. You can't poison her. Makes sense. She has stealth, mind control, incapacitate, combat reflexes, super senses, and perplex. Pretty nice piece here for 40 points. 40-point outwit as well as that poison. And moving on, the Joker. The Joker. 30-point Joker. We have, I think I remember reading this. I thought it was pretty fun for 30 points. White Power Fist. Smoke Cloud, free. Make a close attack targeting an opposing character occupying a square with the Smoke Cloud marker, regardless of adjacency. Instead of normal damage, give a character an action token. So basically, Smoke Cloud, you Smoke Cloud somebody within 6 squares. Make sure you hit somebody, put a Smoke Cloud in that hindering of that chosen character. So right after, you can go ahead and make that free attack, which would be an action token. Which would be, I think what would be even better is that Smoke Cloud would include maybe poison effect too, but that's okay. I don't mind, for 30 points having a Smoke Cloud and doing that free action token. That's alright. That's okay. I'm already jumping into another one. Next one is Scarecrow. This Scarecrow here, I'm in the animated series. I believe I've always liked this version of the Scarecrow. Just the way he was drawn, how he did it. White powers, no traded powers for Scarecrow. We have the stealth, free, choosing a character occupying one of his Smoke Cloud markers. So it looks like he can do a Smoke Cloud as well. That can't use willpower. That character gains in mobile until your next turn in mobile. So many wonderful varieties of my gas Smoke Cloud. Smoke Cloud as free, but only to generate 2 markers. You may activate both in a single turn. Wow, so you can have 8 smoke tokens out there. Plunging to my nightmares are white damage power, exploit weakness. 3, choose a character occupying one of the Smoke Cloud markers that can't use willpower. That character gains battle fur until the next turn. Very interesting. Definitely want to look that up. Just honestly, pretty cool varieties of Smoke Cloud. For some new players or any players themselves, it's funny. I did Smoke Cloud in one game last week or a week, 2 weeks ago, and the gentleman himself didn't know that Smoke Cloud also decreases your attack by -1 if you're attacking from that Smoke Cloud outside. So when he was trying to hit me, he was like, "Oh, I need 8. Oh no, I need a 7 to hit." And I was like, "No, you actually need 8." And he was like, "What do you mean?" Well, Smoke Cloud, you get -1 attack. And he was like, "Oh, what, really?" And he still wanted to make the hit, and he did miss. So spreading that knowledge out to you. Smoke Cloud is very fun to use, in my opinion, because it not only helps you in hindering, but it also gives your opponent a -1 in attack. So Roland Daggett, uncommon here, another character that can use these sideline suited henchmen. Leadership Mastermind. When Roland Daggett uses leadership and succeeds, instead of removing the action token, you can bring out that suited henchman. White power, choose an adjacent character. That character can use shape change until your next turn. Wow. So giving out free, not giving out free, but giving out shape change to maybe somebody that can already use super senses is very nice to have, and it's only a power action. I don't think you're really going to use this piece at 35 points to be hitting people. I mean, because he has, again, outwit. So I'm going to put him over here with other characters that can bring these suited henchmen. That's one thing that's a little sad. I only pulled one suited henchman so far. Talia Ghul. Let's look at her. Another rare here. Look at her clicks in the back. Trade it. At the beginning of the game, choose a friendly character with higher points. When that character is KO'd after resolution resolves, turn her to click 5. Wow, okay. That's pretty cool. League of Shadow, sidestep stealth. The Shadow of One Heart. Ignore hindering. That's a big thing you need here for stealth. Penetrating second blast, but only to target a character occupying hindering terrain. Even better. You wanna hide in stealth? You're not gonna do that here, baby. That's a nice little piece to have, especially in the set with stealth. 45 points. So far, I don't know if you can see my table here. I've only pulled these doubles here, which is only 4, which is great. Great for me because, again, I do have a case coming in on Saturday as well. Depending how, what kind of reactions I get here, I might just do another live opening there. Possibly go through it a little faster. At that time, I'm probably trying to get more chases. And obviously, different super rares. Again, I think the only other super rare I really want is that Bane. So here we go, guys. So we pulled a rare Batman, which we'll talk about that soon. We pulled the Two-Face, so then we pulled another Two-Face we don't need to talk about. We pulled another Poison Ivy we don't need to talk about. We pulled a Robin, Dick Grayson that we don't need to talk about. Yep. Actually, we do. This is number 2. And then we'll quickly go into that. It's just another Robin, Dick Grayson, number 2 of the set, 35 points. Just a nice vanilla click there. Recommended for new players. 35 points. So, nice little piece there. Harvey Dent. We pulled a uncommon Harvey Dent. I'm not interested in the small fish. Opposing characters of 10 points or less within 6 squares can't be chosen for a mastermind, which is really good with these suited henchmen. Suited henchmen are 5 points. And all these guys that can generate those can use mastermind as well, because you want to use that to transfer damage over there. You have this Harvey Dent. That's a different story there, bud. Batman team ability, PD. This guy has traded stealth. Oh, it's gonna be one of those sets, man. So let's talk about this Batman. One great thing about this Batman that they brought back some equipment from the just like they did with the Mighty Thor. And this is since the Batarang. I want to get a nice picture of this. Now this Batarang, what I've been reading is pretty awesome when it comes with this Batman. Basically, rare Batman at 125 points. One of the toughest ones in this set, I believe. Has that same infiltration trait that Robin had, where you can, if you don't choose a map, you can start 5 squares ahead. This Batarang, Batman may start the game with the Batarang equipped. Batman may activate and equip Batarang as a free instead of a range, and doesn't roll to KO it. White power for defenses, combat reflexes, toughness. Adjacent characters can't use Mastermind. Once again, a lot of characters are going to be able to use will be able to use Mastermind in the set. And this Batman's going to stop that. So again, I'm trying my best here, guys. The feed that I have here is behind, so I really want to make sure I'm doing this correctly for y'all. Again, what's so amazing about this Batarang equipment, obviously he starts off with it. Anybody that has this Batarang is able to use a range that ignores elevation, hindering, and characters. But this does modify the damage -1. Make a range attack targeting a single character within 4 squares in line of fire and roll a d6. 1 to 3 immediately KO after resolutions KO the Batarang. Once again, when it starts off with Batman, you don't have to worry about KOing this. So he's going to have this. On top of that, he's going to be able to use that effect for free. So he can go up there, maybe punch you, and then at the end, sidestep, hopefully, get out of there and hit you. Or he can start off with the Batarang, hit you, and then sidestep to punch you. And he's not going to lose that. One thing is it does negate his damage by 1. So you definitely want to, perplex him as much as you can, because that's a free action. That's amazing. Top dial, 12 attack too. I'm gonna like this Batman for a long time, I think. More than that Trinity Wars Batman. Not that Trinity Wars Batman was dope. So here we go, the nitty gritty. I think we're gonna start seeing a lot more doubles here. Looks like we pulled something, same. So we already see the 3 of these, so we can pull these out really quick. And then pull 2 different new ones. So we'll start with the uncommon called the J-Man from Batman Beyond Rebirth Part 1. White power, you gotta pay for your last mile leadership, perplex, but only to modify an attack for a value on a friendly character, which is fine with me. Nice little perplex at 50 points. It has it on the first 3 clicks. Perplex always helps you out. You know what I mean? I want to make sure you guys get that. There you go. I gotta put them up here because it's not a double. So here we go. Like I said earlier, Dick Grayson, Nightwing, rare. Leap climb, sidestep free. If Nightwing has 2 action tokens, make an attack. That's good. A 10 attack across the board. Combat reflexes outwithin the last 2 clicks. Alright guys, last 2. You think I can pull another super rare, or you think I'm done? I'm hoping for that Bane. And then that case that I get on Saturday, it's just, cherries on top, baby, cherry on top. So we got, let's see, Suited Henchman, what I was looking for. Obviously, going to put them up here. Double Alfred. Do not have this one, just pull this one. Double here. So, just 2 pieces out of here that are brand new. Everything else is doubled. Pulled a Commissioner Barbara Gordon. White Fist power, incapacitate power. Friendly characters with a police keyword within range can use. Improve hindering. So they ignore hindering, improve targeting through hindering this turn. So she actually has to activate this power, so you have to give her an action token. So friendly people with the police keyword can ignore hindering that turn. 35 points to have that power. It can come in handy with a lot of stuff in this this set itself. Of course, her damage power falling in gym sports tips. Obviously, her dad, leadership and enhancement. So another nice little piece for 35 points. If you feel like you're gonna have stealth, she has that power to go ahead and give them that improved hindering, which I think is pretty interesting. And she has that power on the first 2 clicks. So you definitely don't want her in the fray, because you definitely want to keep her back to be able to give that power out. And then of course the Flash. Again, earlier, I just say I'm not a big DC guy, but I do have some favorite heroes. Batman Beyond, one of them. Flash, another one. Always enjoyed his jokes. But at the end of the day, one of the first heroes, spoiler alert, to sacrifice his life for the greater good. Infinity Crisis. Read it. Another Justice League Unlimited with that. It's not a leadership, but it's a trait for Justice League Unlimited with the where it's they have that same keyword Justice League. I'm sorry, and that are 100 points less. You roll a 6. You get to go ahead and an action token. Sidestep Flurry on his foot white power when it comes out, as well as the Yahoo over here. Prop control. When the Flash uses it if being targeted in an attack and the attack misses him, after resolution, you may place him with the line of fire of the attacker. So basically moving, what? I'll go ahead and show it one more time if I haven't. Basically, you don't want to miss this guy, because if you do, he's going to either position himself correctly or, get inside, do something nice that gets annoying. Last pack of the night, guys. Let's see how this phrase here. Again, I'm very happy. So far, happy overall. Great turnout for me myself. Appreciate it. Anybody watching, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Super rare. Guys, so 4 super rares. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trace Wonder Woman. This set has paid off, guys. Let's go ahead and first see if how many doubles I pulled. Only one double in this pack right here. This last pack, the rest are brand new to me. So overall, just to go over it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 doubles, which is not bad at all. And again, that case coming in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, can get me some missing pieces from the set. Obviously, let's start from the common. It's a ninja. Pretty much a suited henchman, but ninja-wise for, obviously, the League of Assassins. At the beginning of your turn, for all characters with this trait, choose a standard power ninja has put into this card. This turn, all friendly 10 characters, ninjas, and ninja bystanders can use that power. So basically, if you have ninjas on different click powers and they can't access one power, they can provide another power. So this gentleman, if he's on click number 2 and you have another ninja on click number 1, you can access that sidestep for him, and vice versa. Very versatile piece for only 25 points. And I believe there's some cards out there that provide you bringing those out, just like the suited henchman. Next is our Catwoman. This one's very interesting. I remember seeing it in a pre-release opening. She has a trait once per force. When Catwoman is KO'd, do not remove her from the game. Instead of action resolve, place her in the square she last occupied when starting click. She's not friendly to your opponent's force. This character is scored by each current opponent each time it's KO'd. Very weird. 40 points. Obviously she has that perplex. 4 clicks though. But the fact that if she dies on your force, she starts on the other force, and you're giving your opponent a perplex. It could be very dangerous, depending where the game's at that time. I thought I pulled a double poison ivy, but I did not. It looks like I pulled a different poison ivy that can generate bystanders. 31 uncommon. You owe your mother nature a big debt, and I'm now going to see that you pay it. Smoke cloud. When removing our smoke cloud markers from the map, you may generate a phenomenal mushroom bystander max 3. And one unoccupied square that had a smoke cloud marker. 3. Remove a mushroom bystander from the map. Remove. Okay, so I guess you can just remove it at any time. I don't know why. Oh, I guess because you maybe want to reposition because you can only have a max of 3. So I mean, basically, so just so you can read that. The mushroom itself has mind control, so a 10 attack mind control could possibly help you. You know what I mean? The fact too, I know they introduced something new here. It's a weird fist. Let's see if I can show it to you all. Towards your action total. Here's a little shot of her clicks in the back. So again, guys, last but not least, again, save the best for last. Clayface, super rare. We did work tonight, guys. The fact that I chose this brick, I'm very happy. I'm very indecisive sometimes when I went to go pick it up. This one was open. The case was open for this brick, and I had an option to pick a brick from a new case if I wanted to. I totally trusted my gut, and I'm glad I did. Not only did I get the Gray Ghost, I was able to pull Zantana, a must sought after super rare that I've seen over the weekend itself, and I'm able to pull 4 super rares. Not one, not two, not three, but 4. Overall, Clayface, another I think fan favorite from this animated series, because I think they redid him here overall. Um, he has a traded shape change, so it's gonna be very annoying there. When Clayface uses it and succeeds, give him a renew token. Whenever Clayface rolls a single D6 for a power he's using, after rolling you may remove that any number of those tokens to increase the result by +1 for each token. So every time he succeeds a shape change, he receives that token. Now, when he rolls a single D6 for a power he's using, so let's just say he's using it for super senses, shape change. I believe I would want to say like maybe regeneration if he has it. I think he does have it. Every token that you had at that time, if anything, at 4 you're gonna succeed no matter what. When you have 4 tokens on him, you're gonna succeed any single roll D6 roll. On top of that, he has a white power for his damage, Batter Flurry, so he can't be mind controlled. He can go through shape changes. He has a giant reach X when X is the number of renew tokens Clayface has. Now, I believe that the rule of 3 happens here, so you can, obviously, because giant reach only goes up to 3 anyways, guys, when you're Colossus. That's very interesting, too. So before you know it, he's hitting you from 3 squares away, and he also has charge. Wow. 125 points, I think one of the highest point characters here, besides that Batman 125. Yup. As a super rare, I think I may have a lot of fun. He does come with 8 clicks with that regen. So if I have a regen of, if I have 4 tokens and I want a regen, I can definitely promise myself, a full regen, which I believe here is. Quote me if I'm wrong. Don't quote me. I mean. If you roll a 6, if you roll a 1 and you add all 5 tokens, if you had it, you roll a 6, minimum 2. So I believe he should be able to get back on his click 4, but I have to look at that again. I don't have my pack with me. So overall, guys, beautiful. I think I did well today. I think you can agree. Let me see if I can get this focus. I know. At least you at least want to read that token part. Let me see if I can get it here. I want to make sure I get it. I'm just gonna wait for my feed to show. Make sure it's in focus. So yeah. So overall, guys, great break. Very happy with what I pulled tonight. Need to go get me a container to go ahead and set this setup together. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I had, a great time opening this. It really helped me, having a tough day. There you go. I see it's focused there. So, thank you guys. Appreciate your time. Hopefully, you leave me comments. You like, you subscribe. Let me know if I should do it on Saturday when I get my case. If not, I'll just do it. I hope you have a great day. And then, thank you guys. Let me go ahead and finish up.